Previously on the Dragons Not Included podcast.
There was another way down, do you remember? In the other room, the ladies' room.
Well, if anyone falls, I can catch them.
What are you for?
I'll catch myself.
I'm gonna start swinging.
Anyway, I started swinging.
Have we already done the speech about surrendering? You have a chance to surrender. I would advise taking it. She hits really hard.
Nice hit. Just aim a little bit to the left next time and you might do a bit more damage.
It's the big crab claw. It threw me off.
Do you have any responses to what I'm about to do to you, which is apparently attack you, because this is fair by declaring that I have to attack you?
You will die.
I shoot him in the front.
And he just goes, honestly, I don't like it in this tribe. They're weird. They kill people. Let me go. I'll never come back, please.
You're at 12.
Of 14, yeah. Twiggy boy.
Fishy
Helplet.
baby.
Hands is
I
look
got
like a
trouble.
prepped kung fu position.
I'm not going to question that because who knows? He probably knows Kung Fu.
I saw it in a play once.
So you finally come. A glaive made of pure force appears behind Elven.
Oh, I hate this lady already. Priscilla, I presume. I heard my death would fetch a pretty penny from you.
I see my reputation has preceded me. You'll find nothing here but your deaths. Turn away now while you still have the chance.
Hey, we're meant to be telling you to give up.
Then I will cast a spell. A burst of colour explodes out, hopefully blinding them.
Well, he just falls unconscious, dropping everything. Uziel, what do you think I pay you for? You said you're supposed to be the best.
He
He
lied.
looked asleep.
Two things happened. I definitely hit. And I think I now have to roll to confirm, because that was an at 20.
You said your reputation preceded you, madam, but before 5 minutes ago, I never heard of you even once.
Why, hello there, weary traveller. Put your boots up, pour a nice cup of tea, and join us once again for the tale of Dragons Not Included, a tabletop role-playing game podcast where we're playing Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. As usual, I'm the brewmaster, Stephen, and I'll be pouring your drinks and telling you the tale.
I'm Joe, and I'm playing Scrutiny. Unfortunately, I don't have a drink at my side, but in lieu of that, I'll be playing a Illusionist Unchained Rogue.
Great greetings, everyone. I'm David, and I shall be playing Faithful Teetotaler and Paladin of Iarmade, Elden Aegis.
Well, hello there. My name is Rowan. I will be playing Istra, the 100% human cavalier.
Hi, my name is Dan, and I play Hans, the guy who came in and ordered a Frappuccino 6 hours ago and hasn't left yet and is still on his phone.
Oh,
I see we're splicing up the
Yeah,
intro.
Pumpkin spicing or something. I'll show myself out.
That was fantastic.
Everything's downhill from here.
I don't even... and as a Brit, I only drink tea. I don't drink coffee. That's just a fact.
Coffee is horrid.
I don't even...
All British people are allergic to coffee, to our American
Yeah.
viewers.
I actually,
We burst out into hives and set on fire.
I actually really enjoy chai. Chai is very good.
Chai?
Nice.
I'm a simple man. I go for Builder's Breakfast. Builder's Tea. Builder's Breakfast is a different thing. Also very British.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm partial to Earl Grey myself.
Oh,
Oh, I only drink WD-40.
well,
I must state that we do not support
because
people
I only drink molten
drinking
plastic.
WD-40. It is an ethically questionable action.
Been staring at the bottom of my tea mug after the last episode, just taking a sip and sighing. Just oh, it was a fight the fight that could have been that never was.
Yeah, I have a weird feeling that didn't go quite as you thought it would.
No.
Just gotta run with it sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have been fighting like random encounters and bugs and henchmen, and I was like, the first sort of.
It's fine. I'm
main
sure you'll have your own
imposing
back
villain.
eventually.
I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to savor it like a fine meal, and then crit, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. She's gone.
To be fair, she did seem pretty cool.
Yeah, she had some nice stuff like not Shield of Faith. Although she did have Shield of Faith.
Yeah.
Spiritual weapon, of course, where you can summon a manifestation of your deity's weapon to attack your opponents. That dealt with Eldon, if I could hit him, if my rolls were any better. She had some fun abilities, regular Inquisitors, so like Hans has taken an Inquisitor archetype, it replaces some of the normal abilities. She was just a regular straight-up Inquisitor, so she had the Judgment ability, so you can get the Judgment of Smiting to give you plus damage, or the Judgment of Healing, which she used later on to gain Fast Healing 1. But she had a fun feat from one of the later expansions, which was Favored Judgment, so she could pick a favored enemy type and get bonuses to fighting them.
Ooh.
Which is why I was aiming at mainly Eldon, though Hans did provoke that attack opportunity. So she could have been quite dangerous to Eldon and obviously Istra, who was 100% a human.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally worth it.
C'est la vie. Things are easy come, easy go, and
I mean, in her
nothing
case,
really
there are
matters.
more.
Absolutely.
There'll be other battles ahead, and there's lots of fun villainy in store for me to enjoy.
Ms. Milano, we will not let you go.
Yay!
Oh, I look forward to it.
Yay!
Well,
Spoken like a true DM.
Certainly, and many more opportunities for us to die.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm just going to live forever.
An ambition to live up to. Hopefully, probably not.
well, let's see how long that lasts when we start the episode. So, last time, you fought a pair of cultists and then decided to double back to make sure you hadn't missed anything and to stop enemies from flanking you.
Mm-hmm.
You encountered more of the mongrel men traitors. You dispatched them quite efficiently. I believe one was cleaved in half.
Whoops.
Peace was never an option.
Yeah, and I'm the bad guy.
That was a luckily placed hit. You were going for intentionally low blows.
It's not low blows when you're a dwarf.
Yeah, that's true.
He had a point.
You investigated, you found a foul kitchen, which you promptly avoided everything in there because you knew they had a tendency for cannibalism.
Yep.
And you found a small bedroom in the north chamber. There you approached someone who had been foreshadowed, a worshipper of Baphomet called Hosilla, and her tiefling bodyguard. You immediately took out the tiefling bodyguard, who you struck with a color spray, and he was taken out of the fight in the first round, and then 2 well-placed critical hits to Hosilla took her down before she put up much of a fight. Sometimes as a GM, you've got to learn to just let go of the things you love. Sometimes you have a fun encounter that you're so excited to run, and then your players just destroy it immediately.
Too bad. Bruce Springsteen, blinded by the light.
Such is the way of the dice.
It is the way of the die.
Also, not going to lie, color spray is really good low level.
It is.
Yeah, no, it is.
It really is.
Ridiculous low level as well. Be glad. Remember that crazy dwarf guy you met?
Oh, yeah.
He nearly cast that on you if Scrutiny didn't shoot him.
I'm so glad I took his book away.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I did. You did hand that book over, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That was way back in episode 5.
When I found out you were a wizard.
You just haven't had time to sit down and learn any
Yes, Harry.
of them, really.
But now we'll get back to this cavern. You've just defeated the Inquisitor of Baphomet, Hosilla, and incapacitated her bodyguard. We'll pick up from there.
Oh, well, that was more effective than I was expecting.
Yeah,
Well-
the amount that they talked her up, I thought she'd be more of a challenge.
I think it's because she was in a corner of a small room with only one entrance that we all piled in.
I could have been it. Equally, let's not think on this too much. It's an idea to maintain our momentum, so to say.
What are we doing with him? And
Well-
Eldon points to the unconscious. He's a tiefling, right?
Yeah.
The unconscious tiefling on the floor.
we have an opportunity not to kill someone, which is something I'd
puts
like
the
to at
pickaxe
least
away.
attempt.
Because it's last week, he probably would have forgotten. His name that Hosilla called him was Uziel.
Well. How about, well, he is a cultist and he's probably done some horrible things, but that doesn't mean he can't pay for his debts. Let's just tie him up for a moment and wake him up and have a chat with him.
All right, I've got my rope. Let's go. Eldon will get his rope out and start tying up the unconscious tiefling.
How much rope do you have?
It's the same one.
You've already...
Always recycle.
I thought we used that on the thing last time, getting up in...
one-time use.
Nowadays says recycle.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm also going to take his weapons out of, I'm going to...
Oh, yeah, he dropped them when he got hit with the colour spray. There are a couple of short swords lying on the floor, and he does have a light crossbow on his belt.
Yeah, I'm just going to pat him down, let's get any knives, extra... Just get it all off him. There we go.
And as the blinding lights hit the back of his eyelids because, fade away. And he comes to, he's tied up, and he sees you four and the others sort of poking through the doorway, staring at him.
Oh, hello.
Seems I've been captured.
Yes. Yes, you have.
Very well. I see you've defeated Hosilla.
Eldon glances over to the very dead corpse of Hosilla.
Oh, Istra's going to kind of shuffle in front and just just a little bit hide her out of view.
Indeed.
You seem to have caught on very quickly. That's very good. Now...
You tend to in my line of work.
Excellent. Sharp-witted one. Now, ideally, we want you to repent your ways and go live a full life, find a farm, that sort of thing. Are you going to make that difficult, or are you going to take this blessing and turn a new leaf?
I had no particular loyalty to the cult of Baphomet. I was paid for my services, and I did them to the best of my abilities. It seems Hosilla underestimated you.
Hey, what did you know about what happened, upstairs in, the city?
I was not privy to all of her plans, but I did know she was ordered to wait out the devastation on the city above down here.
And you were perfectly fine to stand by while that occurred.
What I was paid to do.
You must have been paid a...
Seems like a mercenary kind of folk.
Wait, you said she was ordered?
Yes.
Do we know?
I do not know who from.
Oh, okay, well...
She just came to this band of strange creatures. She killed their leader and took control.
Very well. Next time a genocide is declared, could you please inform the correct authorities?
He just gives you a sort of blank stare.
I don't think he cares about anything other than money.
Seems like a mercantile kind of guy.
I like him.
Hans, I think your services are required.
Oh, right. Okay. I will...
Don't brand him.
I mean, it might be encouragement to live a fuller life. He seems not beyond such concepts. He just needs the proper motivation.
Let's work that one out first. Excuse me, what is your name again?
Uziel.
Uziel. Right. Do you have a particular deity in mind?
I care not of the trifle of the gods.
Yeah, fair enough. And you are mercantile in nature, is that correct?
That would be correct.
Fair enough. So, here is today's bargain for you. You get to live. You get to go, and you get to go away from this situation and wipe your hands of the whole thing. You understand that's very rare for people in your line of work.
He nods.
Do you understand this is incredible debt that you will rack up because of this opportunity?
Eldon, seeing where this is going to leave the room.
He is sort of taciturn and nonplussed to this whole spiel you're giving him.
He asked a question. It is polite manners to answer.
I do not know. I simply was paid for a job, and I fulfilled my contract.
Well,
We're talking about a new contract.
indeed.
Well, you have me tied up here. I'm interested.
You have great potential, Uziel. I think my particular deity would be quite pleased to have you on side, if that makes sense. At the end of the day, the debt collector wishes all debt to be reclaimed.
He nods.
Very well. You may not understand why I'm asking those questions or anything of that nature, but in the future, I think Drangvit will guide you in a better way of life. However, to do that, I'm going to untie his hands,
Okay.
and I'm going to take my gloves off. This is an opportunity. Shake my hand and accept this deal, and we'll let you go. Or you stay here, and we find authorities to hand you over to, and you'll be labeled a cultist, and they will deal with you accordingly.
He sort of looks around the room, seeing that his options are slim. Very well, then. And he offers you his hand.
I grab his hand, and I shake, and I cast Brand.
Ah!
Unlike the other scarring ones, when he pulls it back, it's actually just a simple, almost like a tattoo of a very intricate symbol of Drangvit on his palm of his hand.
Sort of stares at, just rubs it with his other hand, noticing it won't come off.
All right. You are now in Drangvit's debt. Go collect. The hands will undo his feet.
Well, I'll stay here for now. We managed to make it to the surface. I'll take that as my chance to leave.
Very well. Hans is then going to put his stuff in the opposite corner of the room from where the corpse is.
He collects his things, he puts them onto his belt. He just walks past you, keeping an eye out. He's not sure if he trusts you just yet. And sort of goes back to that large meeting hall and just takes a seat at the table and wraps his fingers on the stone desk.
There we go.
That means he can't do any bad now, right?
Oh, no. Drangvit doesn't mind if people do bad or good as long as they pay their debt that they earn. He has just been given a new lease of life, so he significantly owes a debt. So whatever he chooses to do it, bad or good, he must pay it back.
It's an opportunity.
Maybe you want to explain that a bit more, because I thought you were making it so he couldn't, kill people and do that kind of stuff.
Oh, God, no. Drangvit doesn't care about people being killed. My God, jeez. Money is money, debt is debt, life is life. You can't just stop people from doing evil.
If, as Uziel has passed him in the room, Eldon's gonna poke back into the room. Well, there was a lot less screaming than last time, at least.
Yes. I respect that you have your reservations, and honestly, I do not entirely understand, but it's the better option out of the possibilities, I believe.
Yes, well.
Well, I wonder what this priestess has got on her. I just nudged the
Player character mode engaged.
Ha-ha!
Well, I mean, any supplies that will help us on our journey to the surface. It's not like she's going to be using them.
You find on her person, she's wearing a chain shirt.
Oh.
She was wielding a masterwork glaive.
Hand goes in the direction of Eldon and Istra because What the hell am I going to do with them?
You find a bejeweled book of prayers devoted to the demon lord Baphomet.
Oh, that will be going in the baggie of dangerous things.
A key.
I hand that to Scrutiny.
32 gold pieces.
Who's looking after the party funds?
It's Eldon.
Here you go, Eldon.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's quite a significant sum.
You find a potion vial on her, a vial of antitoxin, a wand, and a folded up parchment.
I hand the wand over to Scrutiny. Who is most likely to get poisoned out of us? Actually, no, hang on. I just handed it to Istra. There you go, dear.
I mean, she'll immediately go to drink it unless stopped.
No, don't just drink it. Just hold on to it for now.
So you find other magic items. There is a potion. And the last thing of interest, you find a folded up piece of parchment.
Yeah, I'm going to have a look at the parchment. Does it strike me immediately as a scroll, or...
No, it seems to be a handwritten note. Would you like to read it out loud for the audience?
What's it say?
Yes. Hans will bring out his tiny spectacles and put them on. Hosilla. Oh, this is this lady. Oh, all right, okay. You will remain for the time being in the Kenabris, but know this, the city's days are numbered. Seek a place of safety. The underground den of the Mongol lackeys should suffice to keep you safe from the devastation to come. I shall assume command of Dresden shortly, and once Volesh has finished with the Wardstone, and Kenabres is no longer of interest to us, you are to return to my side. Excellent news regarding the salvage of Yanil's sword from the museum, as well. Bring it. Oh, this person doesn't understand how to do sentence structure. As well, bring it with you, for I believe this weapon could be quite useful once we corrupt it. Before you leave for Dresden, stop by the 3 safe houses: Mysterian Manor, Topaz Solutions, and the Tower of Estrod. The passphrase remains, I've new material for archives, for now, to ensure no evidence remains behind. May Lord Descari and Lord Baphomet watch over you. SV.
SV.
Interesting. It sounds like they have several locations around the city that are safe houses for their cultists. They've also stolen a magic weapon from a museum, and they are moving out to Dresden. Interesting.
Real quickly, is the name Yaniel, is that familiar to Eldon?
Make a knowledge history or a knowledge religion check.
I also do the same because it is a sword.
I'm going to go with a religion just because it's my higher roll.
Yep, that's fine for me.
I have ranks in none of them, so I do not know.
So that's a 12 on the dice, 17.
Okay. You've heard tales of the paladin Yaniel. In the year 4692 AR, soon after the start of the Fourth Crusade, a paladin of Iomedae and renowned demon slayer named Yaniel spoke out against the Mendevian Crusaders, accusing them of negligence and sloth, and claiming these faults were what allowed Korumzade to invade Kenneres and damage the Wardstone. Her accusations cut a little too close to the truth, and in the moment of weakness, her superiors threatened to excommunicate her. Instead, she decided to leave and enter the Whirlwind to fight her own personal crusade, with only her magical sword, Radiance, for company. The church were at first happy to see her go. In the 2 years that followed, they assumed she had been slain. Yet she returned to Kennebrus in the year 4694, leading a small army of crusaders she'd rescued from the Whirlwind. During this time, she had gained new appreciation for the difficult roles the leadership had to play.
Oh, so this is like a straight-up artifact.
She became sort of a hero of the Fourth Crusade, And when she went on her second personal crusade, taking along an army of crusaders with her, she was defeated by the level 2 demon Minigo only a week into it. But she was brought back on her shield to Kenebris as a hero. Her magical sword had lost all of its powers and was instead placed as a symbol of heroism in the Grey Garrison. But though 7 months ago it was stolen, which caused quite an uproar within the crusading armies of Kenebris.
Great light of the sword. They've stolen Yaniel's sword.
I believe that's what the letter said. Yes.
Yes, it's written here.
Yes.
It says it has it. She'd have it with her. So where is it?
Yeah, she didn't seem to have it on her person, but looking around the room, steel lockbox tucked under the desk.
Oh, that's probably what the key goes in.
Well, I can give it a look if you'd like.
Please do, Scrutiny. If this is the artifact we believe it to be, that...
Hold your horses.
I mean, I think it's not really an artifact. It's just the Crusader sword.
Well, I mean, it's an artifact in the literal sense.
Yeah, it's an artifact
that's true.
to me.
Yeah, that's correct.
In the academic terms, it's an artifact.
I'm too bogged down with rules.
So to clarify for viewers, artifacts are actually powerful items that characters can get. They're also really old things in reality, so yeah. So I'm going to first use perception to see if this thing is trapped or if this isn't actually the key. Oh dear. That's not great. 12?
Luckily, it is quite a simple lockbox, and yes, this is the key, and no, it is not trapped.
Yeah. Alright. Stick the key in, turn.
Okay, with a satisfying click, the lockbox opens.
400 frogs jump out and bite you.
I knew it. I knew they'd come back for me.
You find in this lockbox, Scrutiny, a small leather pouch, 2 vellum scrolls, and a thin dark wood sword case.
Just the case?
Just a sword case. Not like a scabbard, like a long...
I see what you mean. Like a... Okay.
Right.
Right, well, I take the sword case out.
Oh, but be careful.
Indeed. Let me give this a go and try opening it.
Open the sword case, and lying in the velvet inlay is a fine sword, a long sword, whose blade seems to be made out of a shimmering gold.
Oh, cool. And Istra's going to immediately reach over and pick it up.
Close!
Alden will slap her hand. It's like, no!
Gold seems like a rather strange metal to make a blade out of. That's very easily.
Those of you who have been to the Great Garrison, I'm assuming Hans, during his visits to Kenebris,
will tours of the museums.
Being a child of the Crusades, you've seen this in the museum before it was stolen. This is indeed Yaniel's sword.
Oh. Well, to answer your question, Scrutiny, most divine deities and gods of various nature can use gold, similar to silver. Magic-wise, different metals have a significant meaning, and gold, because of the sheer amount of value humanity, mankind, mortals, puts into it, it tends to end up being powered by divine magic.
Well, you learn something new every day.
Oh, I hope so. That's my job.
Well, your jobs.
It's sort of dull, though, sitting in its case.
Yes.
Anyway, now that we've got that, I pass this over to Eldon, as he seems to be the one who will probably be most vigilant with it.
He is.
Big sword case under his arm. We shall return this to the Grey Garrison at once.
Can I at least just touch it?
As the sword case is passed to you, Eldon, you feel connection. The history of the Crusade, it runs in your blood, and your faith in Ireland is strong. And as you touch the case, you feel a faint sort of vibration in your hand from the wooden box.
Guys, something's happening. Eldon will...
Shall I take it from you? I reach out to grab...
Eldon will hold one hand out in sort of a gentle sort of ceasing gesture and carefully and slowly open the case again.
You open the case. The muted golden blade of the fallen Crusader Yaniel. And as your hands touch it, it begins to shine with a brilliant light. And in your hands, Eldon Aegis, it becomes a +1 cold iron longsword.
Oh.
It's not fair. I wanted to touch it first.
That belongs in a museum.
You got there before me.
Whilst normally scrutiny, I'd very much agree with you. I think this might be a sign from Iomade herself.
I wouldn't go that far. Maybe one of the saints.
As he's standing there holding the sword that's glowing like a torch.
No, I think it's some
swords
kind
glowing
of...
like torches is not too uncommon.
No, let's not downplay this. This is actually quite spectacular.
It is.
Hold on. Bask in the glory.
The shimmering golden sword.
Yeah. Yes. Do you have questions, Eldon?
You may want to put that.
This is actually for Eldon an unbelievable fanboy moment. You've got to understand that a relic of his religion essentially has just come into his hands by accident, and it's responded to his touch by glowing brightly and like what once was dull is now activating magic. It's like,
oh no, I get.
Oh.
Okay, Eldon, you need to breathe.
Chill.
Not that fast. You're going to hyperventilate.
If you're going to behave this way, we might have to take it from you.
How about this? Just relax. Deep breaths. In.
This is a lot to take in. Maybe put it back in the box.
You're telling me?
Give it a couple of swings. See what it does.
This is really cool.
Yeah, swing it.
Swing it in a more open area.
As we're in the room.
We are currently in a cupboard.
A whole long sword with nowhere near enough room to swing it. Yes, I'm just going to, Eldon is going to step out into the large meeting room and do some brief flourishes with this now very bright sword, huh?
Yes, it swings perfectly. You've never held such a more balanced blade in your hand.
Yeah, don't worry, he's just going to play around with this. No need for concern.
Just quickly say, Great Iomade, thank you for this blessing. I'm certain I will use it to further your goals.
Larn, Enevia, and Horgus are just looking awestruck at this sight.
It's the sword of Yaniel.
I can see that. You found it. I've never seen it shine with such resplendence.
I know. The second I touched it, it began to, well, glow. I think this might be a sign from the Inheritor. She has brought forth the light of the sword. I'm sure we shall put this blessing to good use.
Enevia just nods, yes. Iomade has guided us out of here, and shall help us once again reach the surface.
Right. Well, I think we've got almost everything we could think of.
Well, let's have a look in this box then. Ooh, let's have a look at this.
2 scrolls, a gold pouch, and was there anything more in that letter?
Not well, other than the 3 locations that they talked of where the cultists are hiding out, which I think we should go and have an investigate.
Enevia says, what, there's locations above where there's cultists?
Yes.
What are they?
Oh, hang on, let me just read it again. A Topaz Solutions, a Nesterian Manor.
No, never mind.
I don't need to make a sense motive check to to figure that one out.
No, it's nothing. Just
spit it out. If this is going to be a concern, then we need to know now.
Kandro, an Assyrian, he's a colleague of mine. Recently, he borrowed a large sum of money to purchase something.
What was he going to purchase?
He awkwardly just looks at Anevia and then back to you. He wanted to purchase Irabeth's sword. I did not know or ask why he wanted it, or why she was selling it.
Remind me, Irabeth, that's...
Anevia's wife.
Oh!
Yeah, come on, Scrutiny. Even I did that.
Yes!
I don't know why she would sell it. She never told me anything about it. That sword was in her family for generations. I don't know why she would have sold it. Oh, Arabeth, what have you been doing? Wait, but this Kandro, he might be working with the cult of Baphomet.
Either that or they're operating out of his home. It's not impossible to do.
What were the other locations?
Topaz Solutions. I'm imagining it's either some sort of mining group or jewelers or something along that line.
Anyone familiar with Topaz Solutions?
It must be a shop in town. Is there anywhere else?
Somewhere called the Tower of Estrod.
Vashniel, who's had an ear to this, but after his last sort of argument with Anevia, has been keeping himself to himself a bit. He sort of pipes in. The Tower of Estrod.
Ring a bell?
Yes, it is an interesting place where a lot of study goes on there. The cult were there. I'd like to see what they've been doing, or very least hear about it from someone else. Regardless, we need to get this information to the Crusaders on the surface as fast as possible. And if we can't get it to them, we have to find out what they've been doing there.
Absolutely. We should be as expeditious as we can.
Alright, well, before we go, what are these last three things in this box? Oh, hello.
Oh yeah, I was so excited by the sword, I totally forgot about the scrolls and the mysterious leather bag.
The two scrolls are spell scrolls, so...
I will hand them to Scrutiny, because that's his department.
And the bag
might be
contains a collection of semi-precious stones, a few chips of lapis lazuli, a couple of bloodstones, and a citrine, and a white pearl. Could you make a praise check, please, Hans?
Oh, praise. I can definitely give it a go. 12.
Okay, yeah, you could probably sell... these could be really worth a fair amount. They aren't proper gemstones themselves, but yeah.
They look nice.
They didn't say much.
Fair enough.
They probably have some value. Okay, well, we should probably identify those scrolls.
Oh, yes, yes.
Oh, yeah. We've got
a bit of a magic item galore there, Scrutiny. You've got a wand, a potion, and 2 scrolls now.
All right. Whoopee! So
Istra will begrudgingly hand over the potion.
Oh.
Thank you there. I have a... I'll cast Detect Magic, because I need to do that, and then it's Spellcraft, right?
Yes. Tell you what, I'll do a job lot. Just give me one check, and if it's good enough.
Nice, I rolled a 16 plus 9, which is 25.
25.
There we go.
Okay. There's a potion of invisibility.
Again, very glad she didn't drink that. That would have made a much harder fight.
Mm-hmm.
The wand is a wand of spiritual weapon.
Ooh, funky.
And the 2 scrolls you found. The first is a scroll of Bear's Endurance.
Okay.
Nice.
And the second is a scroll of Remove Disease.
Ooh. Nice.
Those are some wonderful spells that you could learn, Scrutiny.
I need to check that the Bear's Endurance isn't one of my opposing schools because I can't remember exactly.
It's a transmutation.
Yeah.
Transmutation. Oh, I'm fine with that. And remove disease. That's also transmutation?
I don't think that's on the wizard list.
Ah, that's just an uninventive mind. We can get it on the wizard's list.
Just brace it.
Right, so the remove disease and the spiritual weapon will probably be better for Hans, I assume?
What?
Would Hans want those?
The scrolls of, what was it, cure disease and
Spiritual weapon.
It was
There's a wand of spiritual weapon.
Oh,
Get
one
7
spiritual
charges.
weapon. Oh, yes.
So it's a spell where you summon a aspect of your deity's weapon. It appears, and you can command it to attack people.
I
So in your
summon
case, it would be a pick.
Oh,
She
giant
immediately
curse.
cast it on me when the fight started.
All right.
Remember
Okay.
when I was bullied
Oh.
by a flying glaive?
Yes. Now I do. Yeah. All right. I will take those and promptly forget I have them for at least 3 sessions.
The potion of invisibility. Is it okay if I nick that?
It seems you'd get the best use out of it.
Is
Yeah,
that
As
okay?
Elvin is still flourishing radiance around the room just because he's fucking enjoying that.
It's a kid
It's
at
really
Christmas. He's got a new
interesting,
toy.
He's got a +1 glowing, golden, resplendent Iomedean longsword.
Looks like a Christmas tree.
Like this is like divine action in front of him. He's like crying internally, but he's expressing it through many sword flourishes.
May I just quickly ask what caster level are the wand and the scroll?
One's caster level 3.
So it lasts
No,
what,
but
3
it's good
rounds.
for the listeners to also hear this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And the scroll of remove disease is also caster level 3.
Oh, and this it says it as you said you had 7 charges. Is that forever? Do they regain them, or is it just
No, they don't regain them. That's just
Okay.
forever. You've got 7 uses of that
Excellent.
spell.
I think there's a mythic thing that allows you to recharge wands, but I don't know exactly how that works.
I think that would probably come under what was
Yeah.
it?
You're thinking of
Archmage.
staves.
Mm.
And staves
Oh.
gain charges.
Right. Okay. Note to self: get stave.
Mhm.
Anyone know where Dresden is? Like a location. Dresden.
Make a knowledge local history check.
Yes, I very much do.
Knowledge local. I don't have that.
Neither do I.
Wait,
Knowledge geography.
Yeah, or history.
Oh, thank God, one of those two. That'll be a 21 on knowledge history.
Oh, well. Dresden is a stronghold in the kingdom of Sarkoris, the now fallen kingdom, which is now consumed by the world wound. It was founded when the Crusaders from the First Crusade managed to take back portions of Sarkoris, but it was also the first city that fell at the start of the Second Crusade.
With that in mind, like compass-wise, is that to the west of us?
It's to the north of you.
Okay.
Northeast.
Okay. So, Dresden itself is an old fortress that belonged to the city that the Crusaders founded when they went back into the world's wound and tried and took it back, but it fell. So, that's going to be a pain to get to.
Well, perfect hub for
I'm aware.
cultists.
I've been there.
Oh,
Oh.
Scrutiny, what is your second name, just to check really quickly? No reason.
My second name is. Let me look at my character sheet.
it's that thing where somebody asks you
Alright.
your name and for a second you go, wait, what is it again?
My name is Scrutiny Mulry.
Oh, okay. No worries.
No, yes.
Well, on that note, yes, I'm assuming you're alluding to the SV in the note.
Yes, Hans wasn't slowly reaching for his pickaxe. No.
Make a knowledge, local, or history check once again.
History.
Oh, I can do history.
I've never met anyone with the name SV before.
Well, that's a 3 on the dice, so that's 4.
That was a 5, so that's going to be a 19. No, 14.
14. No, you're not sure.
No.
Like, you think SV, Dresden, there's something there, but it just escapes you.
Yeah. Alright.
Any of you guys SV?
No.
SV mean anything?
No.
And
No, nothing that I can think of. Oh, do you know what? I just remembered something. Hans,
Yes?
at the beginning of the battle, you told me to tell you that it worked. I think you were referring to one of your artifacts or something. You said to remind you that it worked.
Oh.
You said you wanted to take a note or something.
Oh, yes, thank you. I have to take a note of that. It actually worked. Excellent. Excellent.
Yes! Totally remembered.
Good work.
Back to playing with sword.
Back to swording.
Well, you found quite a lot there, my friends. But this route does not lead you to the surface.
no.
Oh, we should probably check out that other hole. Anyone good at swimming?
Hang on. Uziel, which way do we go to get to the surface?
There's a passage to a trophy room, which is guarded by 2 cultists. There is a ladder that leads down into a corridor that will lead you to a maze, which guards the way to the route to the surface.
Right then.
Be warned, though, Hosilla left some guardians there.
Are they more dangerous than Hosilla?
I do not know.
Because if they're not, I mean, we'd be sorted. Would be actually pretty easy, I gotta admit it.
Hey, what about the one that went the thing in that room, the rope that goes up?
That was the one he was on about.
Oh,
Yeah.
what about the rope that goes down
Into the
into like
water.
a pool?
I think it went into a pool.
I've never been in that direction. I couldn't tell.
Oh, he's totally talking about the 2 cultists that we just mugged really, really hard.
They were fine.
You're saying that in the room that he's in next to him. I'll be honest, I don't think he cares.
Well,
That's fair.
alright. Well, Uziel, we'll leave you here. Have a lovely second chance at life. Remember, debts need to be collected. Come on, everyone.
Yes, pay it forward.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps give well to someone else.
Exactly. See you later.
Start making your way back through this meeting chamber, the guard post where you defeated the 4 mongrel men, through to the room with that ranger, back through the trophy room. There was the option of a ladder in a hole that goes down, or that corridor with just a rope that leads to a pool of water, and the sound of a roaring echo.
Right, well, I believe we're not going to the waterway because that way...
You, Scrumpy, are you any good at swimming?
Who are you talking to?
The tiefling, the one with the horns.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I misheard you. I thought you said grumpy. Never mind.
I thought you said grumpy as well.
Yeah, see?
No, she definitely said scrumpy, which is
Scrumpy.
a type of cider?
Oh, I'll have some cider if cider is going.
Don't make us go full West Country on you with the cider.
You are.
So we're taking
no context for our American listeners.
You're not allowed context.
hold of you to assume there are any American listeners yet.
If there are, we treasure you.
Exactly.
As we treasure all our listeners.
Mm-hmm. So let's head down the ladder to the maze.
No, we're going swimming.
You just want to go swim.
We go.
I want to know what's down there.
swim.
Okay. All right. Literally, Istra's going to go down there no matter what. So,
Okay.
All right.
I
Good
guess
luck.
And this is where we leave, and Istra is never seen again.
Istra's going down the hole.
It's true, we have a path to the surface. Please don't drown this close to escape.
But there might be something in there.
No,
It's
no,
like,
wait.
you should go to the surface, Istra, climbing down the rope.
You're using
Istra
classic
already
RPG
like,
logic.
sorry, I can't hear you. I'm down the hall.
Oh,
Classic RPG logic. If we
Don't
know
worry
the
about it.
exit, try all the other paths.
Don't worry about
Exactly.
it. We get to see a great dwarf's notes in action. Have you ever heard of Darwin?
Charles.
Charles Darwin. The greatest dwarf druid to ever live.
Dwarf druid wizard sounds right.
Yeah,
So-
that's about it.
Istra,
You
there's
climb
this.
down this rope to a fairly, well, by any means shallow pool. It's up to your upper thighs as you sort of step into it. Seems to be a pool connected to a larger underground river that flows here down here.
Can I see?
Have you
where
satisfied
the
your
river-
curiosity yet, Istra?
There's a river going somewhere.
Oh, that could be taking you to an underground source of water.
Or alternatively, deeper into the caverns.
Well, to be
And
fair,
that's
we
your-
still didn't try going into the underworld. We could try that.
Let's avoid the
As
dark
you're
levels.
splashing down around here, Istra, you attract the attention of the denizens of this pool.
Leech time.
Congratulations, Istra. You got attacked for no reason.
XP is the reason, and I want level 3.
Wow.
As two long fish with muscular bodies and the head filled with long, sharp teeth burst through the surface of this pool, swimming at you. I'd like everyone to roll initiative for me, please.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
wonderful. Well, it was nice knowing you.
Oh. Well, you're the one who's about to get eaten by fish.
It's fine, I'm happy with that. It's a good way to go.
Goodness gracious me.
12.
I need to roll for initiative.
That is 8 plus 1. That's 9.
That's a 19.
Well, that is incredibly auspicious.
No, national one. National one. Natural
National
one.
National one. All for one. One for one.
I'm sorry, did you say they rolled a natural 1?
Yeah.
Istra, you want to get out of there. Rowan, you want to get out of there. Their initiative bonus is plus 8.
Oh, we'll start with Istra as these two fish are swimming at you.
I can knowledge nature and attack them, right?
Yeah.
So let me look at my knowledge nature bonus.
I like to think in the
Oh,
recording
actually-
this will be noted as unnecessary fish battle.
Unnecessary fish battle is yes. Hang on. Sorry.
I don't
so that
mind.
You should
is
be.
19, so that's an 18 to know what these things are.
Okay, these are creatures known as gars. They are predatory fish, usually found in rivers and lakes, including this underground one here. Luckily, you're facing one of the regular gars, not one of the giant types.
Oh, nice.
I was to say,
No,
that's just a regular real-life fish.
Gar is a fish, yes.
I did not know that.
Sorry.
Stephen failed knowledge nature.
Sorry, I would have loved it then if it was just like, you pass your knowledge check. It's a salmon.
I mean, that
hard.
essentially is what happened. It's a gar. That's the fish that you can actually catch in real life.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Should
You
watch
know,
more Robson
surprisingly
Green.
massive.
Can
Well,
I?
yeah.
They
Give
taste
the-
good.
I mean,
I
that's,
don't
that's,
know if
that's
they're
the real
edible.
question right there.
I mean, they
Yes,
look
it's good.
hungry. Can I try to change their attitude by throwing some food in?
Oh, you have, by climbing down the rope.
True.
Do you have animal handling?
I do have handle animal, yes.
Oh,
That's
good,
why
good.
I'm trying to say
Yeah, you're
that
a cavalier.
the way I'm trying to handle them is giving some food. Roll, come on, roll good, roll good. Okay, that's a 19 plus 7, 26.
As you quickly grab some rations from your pouch and just scatter it into the water, their attention is diverted to an easier source of food.
It's
Wow.
okay, they were just hungry.
Right. Well, now that we've got that resolved, get out of there.
Istra, stop bothering the fish.
What if there's something down here? And she's going.
There is.
There is something down there. There's fish.
Don't tap the glass.
Make a perception check, please, Istra.
Oh, I actually have a rank. No, I don't have a rank. I have some bonus to it. So that is a 14. So a 17.
17. No, there's nothing really interesting down here.
Oh. All right then. And she's gonna pet a fish and then climb back up.
The fish just bites your hand off. Well, okay.
You guys
that
said
one's
you
gonna
wanted to
count.
clear out this place of threats. I stopped a
Yes.
threat. I fed the fish.
Okay. Equally, they weren't a threat. They're bound to the water.
He's got you there.
She does look like she's gonna say something and then just goes to stop because it's like oh no, that's a good point actually.
Well,
Right.
now that that's done.
Shall we head to the labyrinth that will lead us to the surface?
Oh, I always do love a good puzzle, yes.
Does anyone have like a towel or anything?
Oh no, you're
No, we don't actually.
Ooh, wait. I do have this. I pull out a handkerchief.
Oh, thank you.
There you go. I took it off one of the dead people.
Oh, that explains the blood.
I don't think you can get drier if you use that, but you might get a little bit redder. Right, well, shall we make a move for the labyrinth?
Yeah, so
The maze.
Alright.
into the crystal maze.
If we meet a bald guy who's there talking about his mother, I'd be very displeased.
I was trying so hard not to bring up the crystal maze. It was acting on myself. I'm glad someone else did. In the trophy room, a rusty iron ladder leading down into a hole.
Right.
You go first?
Well, I'll go first, and Eldon will climb down the ladder.
An old iron ladder bolted into the wall and covered in rust leads down to a hole in the south of this foul-smelling room. It's dark in here, but as you have a torch, or do you have a Yanyel sword and radiance?
I mean, he'll have Yeniel's sword out now.
As the light cast from the blade illuminates this room, the floor is covered with filth and the walls are cracked and rugged. As three enormous rats start bearing down on you. And we'll see you next week.
Hi, it's Dan, and that was a great episode. I'm looking so forward to seeing where it takes us. The new magic sword, the fish that were actually just fish, and the rat, and the possibility of this maze labyrinth. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you are too. Anyway, we got to thank some people. First off, Social Introvert on Soundcloud. Their theme tune is the best, and they do some great work. Please look them up. Second, Syrinscape. All our extra special effects, our sound effects, atmospheres, all come from them. They are some of the best in the business. If you're not using them, think about using them. I'm going to start moving away from that and let you know that we will be back next Monday. If you have listened to our previous episodes, please continue to listen. If you've rated us, please continue to rate us. And if you have any feedback, please let us know, because we want to make it better for you and ourselves. Finally, if you have done all those things and you've got some extra time, pass this over to a couple of friends. See what they think of the show. It's always better to do it in groups. Anyway, see you next Monday.